Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping. I wanted to let you know that today we are going to be making this beautiful card. It has a magnetic closing and it has the floating squares. I wanted to point out because it doesn't happen all that often, especially when I'm in my basement. But look, I don't have a sweatshirt on. It was 80 degrees today outside, and I've been running around, so I'm nice and toasty. I don't want anybody that knows me to fall down because they are not used to seeing me without being all bundled up all the time, but I thought I'd point it out because it doesn't happen that often. So today we're going to be doing that card, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's here. And if you're new, there's all different ways that you can get into this hobby, and I'll be talking about that throughout. But for right now, let's go ahead and I'm going to flip you around. I'm sorry that this is going to hopefully it won't give you a headache or anything, but I have to flip you around so you can see what I'm doing. So hold on one second. And then hopefully I'm going to be right side up. Whoops, there we go. How's that? Does anybody see, is it backwards or anything? Whoops, this way. Okay. I just want to make sure. Hey, Lola, it's nice to see you. It's been a long time. Hey, Sarah, I'm glad that you came. We are going to be using this stamp set today. This one is adorable. I've already used it a couple times, but it just made me happy to see it in the catalog. And of course, I had to play with it more than once. So today, let's see what we've got. I've got a look at all of this. Now, normally I don't have this many layers, but when I was creating, I'm like, okay, it needs something to pop. So I had to keep adding. So it's up to you on whether or not you want to have that many layers. But to let you know also that I have this PDF on my, well, not on my Tedder Bear Stamping, but if you go there and sign up for my newsletter, you will get this PDF for free. And you will also get all the ones that I make from here on out. So as long as you're a part of my newsletter, you will get my PDFs. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this video or subscribing, that would make me so happy. All right, so I just did, this is Rich Razzleberry. I love this color, and I think that it is going to be it is one of my favorites, but we'll see on how long it lasts in Stampin' Up. All right, so first we're going to stamp, and I'm going to stamp the bunny because he's so cute. And I'm using Memento, and I'm just going to put him at the bottom. Now, normally there are dies, but since I'm stamping him with the puddle, you have to fussy cut this. So I'm sorry if you don't like to fussy cut, you're just going to have to deal. All right, then I'm going to use Balmy Blue, and I'm going to do Oh Happy Day at the top. Now, this is a scrap. So when you see on my PDF where it says the scrap, this is what you're going to be using. So we're going to go ahead and color him in with the Smoky Slate. And I know that bunnies' ears and noses are not Rich Razzleberry. So don't write in and say, excuse me, they're not Rich Razzleberry. But, you know, in my world, this bunny has Rich Razzleberry. So I'm going to go ahead and use the light for his nose and the inside of his ears. I just like everything to coordinate, which is why I joined Stampin' Up, because everything coordinates. The ribbon, the bling, the cardstock, the ink, everything goes together. All right, so we're going to, go ahead and color his jacket with Rich Razzleberry. Now, I did see somebody that did it in the Granny Apple Green. It was adorable. So if this is not your favorite color, don't use it. Just pick another one from this, from what is in this card. You just want to be able to have everything kind of coordinate. So, hey, Valerie and Robin and Lola and Valerie, you guys, thank you for coming. All right. I had it, Valerie, and your card should have been there from last week, or it's going to be getting there very shortly. I know I mailed it out last week, usually because I have these on Thursday. Or no, it was 2 weeks ago because last week I think I did it not live. So you should have got it. Hopefully it didn't get lost because it was a pretty card. All right, so then I'm just going to color him with the smoky slate. And I like to do his ears in the dark. So when I'm live and the person wins, I usually send out the card on Friday, first thing, because as soon as I'm done here, my husband does all the cooking and it's usually ready by the time I'm done. I mean, guys, I am spoiled. So I don't want to disappoint him by not being there when he is ready for me to come eat. Because what if he decided not to cook for me because I wasn't acting like I didn't appreciate it? Hey, Mary. So Mary also won a card last week. I'm hoping that, or 2 weeks ago, I'm hoping she got hers. I think she did because I think she commented on it to me that she loved it, which of course she did. So Mary, you're gonna have to let Pat know if you want to be in on the drawing again, because I know sometimes you don't because you feel guilt, which I say get over it. But I don't want you to feel bad because you're just lucky. All right, so I'm using Balmy Blue, which is the same as the words. So I want to make sure that I get all these colors in. There. All right, so we would go ahead and cut this apart. I'm going to cut the Oh Happy Day so that there are 3 separate lines. And I have those already done. So here is my bunny and the happy day. Let's see, the O's got to be in here somewhere. Right there. All right, so that's what you're going to do. And we also, out of the DSP, which is designer series paper, I cut the cute umbrella. So let me move this so it's not in my picture. Don't want to have it look wrong. All right, so I'm using the stylish shapes and I'm use the biggest square. So we're going to go ahead and put him on here and I'm going to use dimensionals. So if you are brand new and you want to get started but are looking like, oh my gosh, where do I start? I would highly recommend either the kits that we sell because everything's included. You don't have to buy a lot. Or if you would like to join my besties group, that every month you get DSP, which is the designer series paper, ribbon, and all the cards to make it, plus any kind of dimensionals, the doodads. I like to call them doodads. I know that's not the right thing. The bling that we put on, the gems and rhinestones, you will get those. Plus you get a PDF and quite a bit of other stuff. So if you go onto my blog and you want to look that up, go up to the top. There's a little banner that goes under and it says Stampin' Besties Club. So look at that and see if that's something you might like to do. Let me show you a sneak peek. All right, girls, this is for April because it's already too late to order or to sign up for March. we have to sign up by the 20th of the month. So this card opens like that. It stands like this. It's absolutely stunning. And then it opens like that. So this is my one card that I am going to be having. I have another one, but I'm not going to show you because I want you to be surprised. But I do it with two other girls that are demonstrators, and they also do two cards. So there is a lot to choose from. If not choose from, you'll make them all, but you get 6 cards plus like $22 worth of product, and the cost is $40 if you can pick it up, $47 if you have to mail it. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put happy here. I'm going to have them go a little Willy Wonky because I think that looks cuter. Does anybody else say Willy Wonky? All right, let's see. This is almost out, and I have another one prepared. I just don't want to get it out until I have to. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put down this first so I know where to put the day. Come on. I should just use the new one now. So this reminds me of my son. When he was little, he would go and splash in the puddles all the time in the backyard. Oh my gosh, he would get so drenched. So it was just always, this just reminded me of that because of course he doesn't have an umbrella with him. He just is splashing away. All right, so let's do, there we go. Oh, happy day. All right, so I'm going to put him aside to dry. And let me put the lid back on this. And let's get out the base of the card again. Now, the DSP that I'm using is all listed on the PDF. I was going to mention it, but I don't know that I'd remember. But look at how beautiful. I mean, let's see if I can show you. Oh my gosh, can you see it? It's there. It has raindrops and they are like embossed, so it's so pretty. And we're going to put those onto 2 whites because we're putting it on here and I wanted it to pop. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. All right, so the only thing you need to think about when you're putting this on is that the raindrops are going the right way. You don't want them to be going upside down because then people will be like, what? So, hey, Gail. So I'm going to put this on this side, and then I'm going to show you a trick that I do because I have a pet peeve. I probably have more than one, but I like my cards to close. So if you look at this, you can see that it's kind of bowed because it's thick. So I want it to be able to stay closed. So I put it in a magnet. Can you hear it? Love it. All right. So we're going to bring in my 2 little magnets. I will remember that, Valerie. I'll try that next time that I'm having problems. It does make sense to take the cap off the bottom because then you know you're working on it. All right, so you have 2 magnets. Whoop, they're stuck together because sometimes I always worry I'm going to put it on the wrong side and it's the wrong sticky side. So I keep them put together so I know that they are stuck. So then I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on top of the magnet and then put that in the middle. Put another glue dot here. Now I know I'm not getting too far ahead. This is how it works. So I know that this is going to go in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and now it's on here. So I just slid it up so that it would be easy. Now I can go ahead and put this on and cover that magnet because we don't want anybody to know it's there. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I like to do is to put a glue dot on top just to make sure it gives it a little bit more sturdiness. Okay. So now we can go ahead and put this on. It's already stuck. See, stuck. I just want to put some adhesive on this side. Whoop. You don't want to go past because you want it to just stick on this one side. All right, so now it's stuck. We can open it and it's all good. All right, so we got the front done. Pretty cool already, right? So I have two mechanisms here. Whoops, one of my little things fell out. All right, and I'm going to score them. So I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored. Let's see if I can do it where you can see. All right, so I'm doing it at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 4 1/4. So that's 1 inch from the end. And we're going to do the same thing for the second one. 1 inch, 2 inches, 4 1/4. So they all just get folded and just somewhat make sure that they're straight. Use your bone folder. Fold them all going the same way. Whoop, wasn't quite. There we go. And one more. So we're going to do that for both. You don't see these, so it's not as crucial that they're straight, but if you're anal, which sometimes I am, not all the time, but that's how I do it. All right, so we're going to put those aside. Now this is where I have my inside. Whoops. Inside, I think. Let me make sure because these are both, okay, they're the same. And this. So this is going to go on the inside, and I want this to go here because I want it to look pretty. And I just turned it over and there was nothing on it. Habit. And I'm just going to center that. And hopefully it'll be good. I didn't turn this one over, so hopefully the other side's good. All right. And then I just put this here because I just thought it looked better. Whoop. When I set it down, it went a little bit wonky. All right. Now I'm going to put this on the inside. Whoops. Okay, so this goes in here. All right, so now we're going to come in with our mechanisms. So the only thing is that all the score lines are going to be mountains. You're going to take the one with only one square on the end, not the one with two, and you're going to line it up to this score line right there. And you're going to put adhesive on this. Whoops. All right. And close it. Hey, Linda. Hi, Cindy. So glad you guys are here. All right. So then you're going to do it on this last piece, but you're going to fold it under and leave it like hanging out. So now it is like that. Okay. Then you're going to do the exact same thing, but on this side. So all the mountain folds, you're going to have your, come right up to this score line, the one with just the one by itself. and close it. Then put this here. See, I told you it's not hard. It just is a lot of pieces. All right, so this one gets folded under and then there. And then you just want, I like to make sure that when you're closing it, that everything works well. All right, so we have those. I'm going to put it aside. Okay, getting going here. So now we have another thing from the Stylish Shapes. And on my PDF, I think I have what size shapes. I'm pretty sure. But I have, oh yeah, it's in here. The kite that comes in the kit. This is such a cute kite. And look, it's got these cute little bows that you put on the kite. All right. So the trick to the kite is, let's put it the right way, is you got to, this piece just goes along this bottom piece right here, and it goes like that. So let's put some glue dots on because that'll be fast. I don't have to mess with the wet glue. So if you just came in, please subscribe to my channel. I've been trying for the longest time to get my numbers up, and it's been so slow. Just makes me feel good knowing that people like what I'm doing. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and put that down like this. And I'm just going to do that with the tape runner. And trim it here because I don't want it to be hanging over. Linda, how are you feeling, Missy? I know you had surgery, and I've been meaning to get together or talk to you to see how you're doing. I'm hoping you're healing nicely. Well, I am going to put a small glue dot on both sides of the bow so that I can just have it straddle the line. Isn't that cute? All right, before I get any further, well, I'm not glad that you're in pain, but I'm glad that you're dealing with it. All right, so we're going to say rainy days are better with you. And I'm going to, well, let's see if I can get it better on the other side. If not, we're just going to go with it. Well, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to bring my scissors in and just trim the corners or the ends so that they're at an angle, because I think that looks pretty. And then I'm going to put that here, probably close to, maybe a little bit over the bow, and put dimensionals. You guys do know I like dimensionals, right? Plus, this will help hold this down. I know, Linda. Back surgery is the worst, and you've seen it more than others. It's not like you just had one back surgery. All right. I've had neck surgery, but it's been a while. I had a fusion. I broke my neck. Horseback riding, just like Christopher Reeves, which now I'm dating myself because some people will be like, who's Christopher Reeves? I've had a fusion because they couldn't get it to lay properly, so they fused my neck. So yeah. All right, so I am doing the bow again because I want it to be down here. It's kind of in threes, you know, 1, 2, 3. All right, so then I'm going to put that on here. Oh, thanks, Valerie. I'm glad somebody remembers him. I refuse to watch the new Superman because I always said that he was Superman. So this is where all the layers come from, because when I put this on here without the white, it didn't pop. So now I'm going to put a third one on here to make it pop. I'm going to do both of my squares before I put them on. All right, so the second square gets the cute, cute, cute turtle. So next week, I think, or the next time I'm live, I think I'm going to do a kit to show you how easy they are. Well, that's not very, well, I'm going to still color him. I've got another one colored and ready to go, but you would use, in fact, I'm just going to get him out. So I colored him like this. Isn't he adorable? And I am going to put him on here. So all of these are the same measurements because they have to kind of go together. All right, so now we'll bring this in, and I want him to be on the bottom one, but we're going to put adhesive here. And when you go to put him on, have it open all the way and have this, like him, be a little bit above the bottom and go right to the edge of this so you don't see it. So now the only thing you really have to worry about is that these two don't hit each other, but it shouldn't. Whoop. So I'm going to do the same and put this on here, a little bit above. So now they float, and look at how close they are to hitting, but that's okay. They don't hinder each other. So we have that. Now, where are we going to sign it? Because we don't want to sign it in this prettiness, do we? So I have a whole other piece of white that I'm going to put on the back, because, and I was telling somebody yesterday, because I did this class yesterday, that the only bad thing with doing it this way is that you have more room to have to fill up with words. I'm not a big, I don't want to keep like writing a bunch of stuff, but if the person's special enough, I guess I'll do it. All right, so I am just going to use the granny apple for the leaves. And I'm just going to have these be white because that's easy. And just do the insides with, you know, the insides of the flowers with the rich raspberry. There we go. And so now let's close this. And I have one more thing to do, but I'll put this on first. Now a tip for you, if you're using the blends, do not, like if I stamped this on the other side and then did the blends, you would see this from this side because it bleeds and it doesn't look good. So don't ever, like how we always turn stuff over when we make a mistake. You can't do that if you're using blends. Just don't want you to go to all the trouble of coloring it really pretty and then find out that it's not good. All right, so the last thing is that I don't want this magnet showing. I don't think it's a big deal, but I just would rather it not show. So I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on each side, and I'm going to do a glue dot on top of him to just give it a little bit more stability. And I'm just going to add this. Let me get these off. So when we put this on, it sticks, but it's not like in your face that there's a magnet there. So you just have to kind of do it like that. So what do you think? Isn't that cute? Oh, Mary, you just put a whole bunch of sentiments. That's a good idea because for my Christmas cards, you just sign your name usually. So this is my blog. Make sure you go there to sign up for my newsletter so you can get this PDF. And if you wouldn't mind sharing this video and subscribing, you would make me a very happy person. All right, so I have 2 of these. It's going to cost a little bit extra to mail them, but I am more than willing. So, see, and then the one I just made. So I have to keep one for myself, but I am more than willing to give these away. And if Pat could do a drawing, that would be good. Thank you, guys. I love it. Thanks. So, yes, this was a fun one for me. I've been wanting to do the floating thing for a while. I just kept thinking it was going to be too hard, and it really wasn't. All right. Oh, thank you, Dawn. I don't know where I saw you come in. Hi, Dawn. So, if we could go ahead and pick that. She does a random drawing so that it makes it easy for her to not feel like she's picking favorites. Oh, hey, Vegas. Yay. I'm going to be there in November with Stampin' Up. I love Vegas. I got married in Vegas. 35 years this year. We had a clown over our bed in our room because we had to stay at Circus because my daughters were little. All right, so Cindy and Sarah. All right, I don't have either one of your emails. So if you could let me know, my email is tedderbearstamping@gmail.com. So that way I can mail this out, but I need your addresses. So I would appreciate it if you would email me with your addresses. And if not, then I'll just pick somebody else from here. But I think you guys will love it. All right. Well, I will see you next week, either live or I'm going to do a video. I'm not sure which. But the next live, I want to do a kit so you can see how easy they are and how much fun. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time.